So in this lecture, we will be talking about the overflow property. So to get us started here, we have this div container. So this div container here is an ID of container. As you can see, it has a solid black radius of thickness 5 pixels, and then I have a border radius here with 10 pixels, right? So it gives us this curvature at the vertices or the corners, and I have some text within this div. And to demonstrate the overflow property, I will say overflow. Before I demonstrate the overflow property, first of all, I will just resize this and set it to a fixed height just to demonstrate this. So height, let's just say 300 pixels, and we will see what will happen. So now a container will have a fixed height of 300 pixels, and we notice that the content within the container div actually overflows or spills out of the div. So what if we didn't want this to occur? We could just say overflow hidden, for example, overflow, and the content no longer spills out of our div container. And just by default, the overflow value here is actually visible by default. Consequently, it will spill over the boundaries of our container in the following way. And another cool value of the overflow property is scroll. So that is to say, if it begins to spill over or starts to exceed the boundaries, there will be a scroll bar that exists. So for example here, and we notice that there is a scroll bar that exists that is provided for us. Another cool thing about this is auto. So auto is similar to scroll. However, the scroll bar is not always present. It just automatically comes along if and when the boundaries of the container are exceeded. So for example, if I was to increase the browser window here, we notice that the scroll bar is no longer visible here. It only becomes visible when there is an actual overflow that occurs. So for example, if I have scroll on again, what if there is no overflow this time? We notice that the scroll bars are still present and still visible. So that's basically the essential knowledge that you need to get through the scroll property, and to start using the overflow property rather. Start using the overflow property. So when the content overflows, we can just say hidden, scroll, etc. Thank you very much.